carnival when 1,000 fans turn out to...
Nicknamed Hunt the Shunt, from his hot-headed Formula 3 days, James Hunt burst onto the F1 scene in 1973 with an appetite for the audacious. With sex, the breakfast of champions, embroidered on his driving suit, his promiscuous, partying ways rubbed the world of Formula 1 the wrong way. But in 1975, Hunt and the Hesketh racing team earned some much-needed respect. He finished as high as 4th that year and won his first F1 race, the Dutch Grand Prix, out-dueling Austrian great Niki Lauda. In 1976, he left Hesketh for McLaren, where his Playboy status grew as fast as his rivalry with Lauda. While Hunt only saw his first live race at 18, at that age, Jenson had already won the British F1 Ford Championship, despite failing on his first attempt at a driver's license for driving too fast. In 2000, he got to unleash his need for speed on the Formula 1 circuit. At just 20 years of age, he became Britain's youngest ever pro racer, signing with Williams as a replacement for Alex Zanardi. Button eventually brought his Playboy reputation to BAR in 2003, but his arrival was met with hostility from his new teammate Jacques Villeneuve, who exclaimed, "Button brings to the sport what boy bands bring to music." In the end, it was Button who'd have the last laugh, as Villeneuve lost his place on the team after just one season. When Emerson Fittipaldi surprised McLaren by leaving the team in 1976, the only experienced driver on the circuit who was free to take his spot was James Hunt.
There's a similar title for the makers of the winning car.
McLaren management feared the Playboy's party reputation, but took a gamble on him nonetheless, and the move paid off.
Win took the Englishman to a total.
Hunt won 6 races in the year, and thanks to his third-place finish at the season finale in Japan, Hunt won his only Formula 1 title by 1 point over his fierce rival, Niki Lauda. Hunt continued F1 racing for 3 more years before retiring at just 31 years of age. At the end of 2005, BAR was bought out by Honda, but Jenson Button's position with the team remained unaltered. His year to remember came in 2009, when Honda became Brawn GP. The Englishman scored 6 wins, 4 pole positions, and 9 podiums in the year, becoming a world champion after 169 races, the second highest number behind Nigel Mansell.
This is what everyone wants to achieve in their career as a racing driver. They want to become a world champion in Formula 1. And 21 years I've spent racing with this goal in mind, and I've been able to achieve that.
The party-loving millionaire then moved to James Hunt's old team McLaren in 2010, where in 5 seasons he would win just 1 race. James Hunt was as unconventional as they come. Never was this more apparent than his training regimen leading up to his final battle with Niki Lauda for the 1976 world title. Hunt binged on booze and hard drugs round the clock for 2 weeks before Japan, performing his habitual pre-race vomit before getting behind the wheel to take the title. But his perspective on the sport changed dramatically in 1978.
Ronnie Peterson's death was a blow to all his fellow drivers, not least to James Hunt, who threw himself into Ronnie's blazing car desperately attempting a rescue.
No, I didn't speak to him, but when we took his helmet off, he was looking pretty distressed, obviously, but he was conscious, and he tried to sit up, and I thought it was best that he didn't, A, because of further damage, and B, because his legs looked pretty messy, and I didn't particularly want him to see him.
Hunt lost a close friend, and as a result, his passion for the sport. He walked away from it altogether a year later, stating, "I'm leaving for reasons of self-preservation."
Know what she's in for.
Hunt eventually cleaned up his hard drinking ways, but in 1993, he died of a heart attack at just 45 years of age.
Susie, on the other hand,
Somebody said the other day that I was, in a way, a little bit like James Hunt. My girlfriend wasn't so happy about that. I don't know why.
Jenson Button altered his Playboy lifestyle much earlier than Hunt did. His 2009 title coincided with an encounter with Japanese lingerie model Jessica Michibata, who became his fiancée in 2014. Although he admits the Hesketh racing team of the 70s would have been a joyride he'd happily experience, those urges are a thing of the past. The mercurial James Hunt inspired worldwide interest in Formula One. And although he may not have been the most talented driver, great friend and rival Niki Lauda said, "Hunt was the most charismatic personality who's ever been in Formula One." If Hunt was all tailgating and temperament, Jenson Button was more controlled and calculated. Sure, he dated model after model and purchased mansion after mansion, but he also racked up race after race. A total of 266 in 14 seasons with 50 podiums. Hunt raced 92 times in 7 seasons with 23 podium finishes. In this clash of F1 playboys, it's Jenson Button who best balanced life in the fast lane, both on and off the track.